word that sums up Kiehl's for me is conscious.
The one word would be authentic.
Clean is probably the word that I would think of.
Quality.
Certainly quality.
It'd have to be quality.
Kiehl's began as an old world apothecary on the corner of 13th Street and 3rd Avenue in Manhattan's Lower East Side. In the 1800s, New Yorkers knew the location as Pear Tree Corner, after the tree that Peter Stuyvesant planted 200 years earlier. What is now the Kiehl's flagship store was then the Brunswick Apotheke, where customers would arrive in search of all manner of medicinal concoctions, curative powders for headaches, salves to cure skin rashes, even blood-sucking leeches and oils that would bring wealth and luck, all prepared by a young John Kiehl. Kiehl would go on to take over the business, put his name above the shop, and begin the storied family history that is Kiehl's. By the early 1900s, a talented herbologist named Irving Moskowitz was working side by side with Mr. Kiehl. Moskowitz purchased the business from a retiring Mr. Kiehl. Doc Morse, as he was known in the community, kept the venerable Kiehl name for his business. He would go on to foster a rich family tradition of quality, innovation, and community service. When Aaron Morse took over for his father, Irving, it would prove to be a turning point in the then century-old apothecary.
He was iconoclastic, or some people would say eccentric, or very bold, or had great foresight, or just maybe darn lucky.
How did you get interested in aviation in the first place?
Well, I was a pilot in the Army Air Corps from 1943 to 1946. The Air Corps was before the Army Air Forces.
Second World War, then?
Second World War. And I've never gotten it out of my system.
During that time, Aaron was flying all around the country looking at used bikes and mostly antique bikes. He would call me from his airplane and ask me his opinion. We brought bikes up to the flagship store. Next door, he was storing them all. He was interested in getting into men's products, and he figured the best way to get a man into a store was to have something that would attract the man.
When Kiehl's introduced Blue Astringent in 1964, its popularity among male patrons took off almost from the start.
My father always taught me never to worry about what other people think, don't look over your shoulder, and just do what you think is right, don't follow the crowd. We believe in the products, we just want people to touch them and try them. We don't advertise. Our best advertising is for people to convince themselves, to sample the product without any pressure and decide for themselves. He'd sometimes forget even to do the cash register because he was so busy sharing and talking to someone, or if they had a problem, or showing them the cars, and he just really loved people.
Aaron's commitment to quality products and community responsibility continues to guide the company to this day.
Obviously I knew about Kiehl's and everything, but I wasn't as aware of the philanthropic work that they do and the advocacy, and it's nice to see companies taking that step. It's rare.
The Waterkeeper Alliance is a really unique way for people to get involved in a way that goes beyond a financial support, but is more active. I think a lot of people long to find ways to do that.
The brand Kiehl's, if you will, expresses what is important to it through the partnerships that it's formed. And that's a big part of why Amphar is associated with Kiehl's. You can do well as a company by doing good in the world. And I think that really makes Kiehl's different.
The importance of philanthropy for Kiehl's was instilled in me through my father and his example, and the way that he cared about people, and that Kiehl's was always more than a business to him. It was an institution, it was a landmark, the Pear Tree Corner, and he wanted Kiehl's to stand for something, to stand for quality and commitment, and to help those in the community around us, and to make a difference in the world.
Happy 160th birthday, Kiehl's.
Kiehl's, just want to say happy birthday.
Happy 160th birthday, Kiehl's.
Happy 160th.
Count 'em, 160th anniversary.